Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It's a weekend, so let's do the whole doggone thing. Saturday, March the 30th. Grass is always browner on the other side of the fence day. It's also Land Day, National Doctors Day, National Folding Laundry Day, National I Am in Control Day, National Pencil Day, National Take a Walk in the Park Day, National Turkey Neck Soup Day, National Virtual Vacation Day, World Bipolar Day as well. All of that happening on Saturday. Sunday, Easter Sunday, Anesthesia Tech Day, Cesar Chavez Day, Dance Marathon Day, Eiffel Tower Day, International Hug a Medievalist Day, International... Hug a Medievalist? I don't know. National She's Funny That Way Day, National Bunsen Burner Day, National Clams on the Half Shell Day, Crayon Day, Prom Day, Tartar Day, and World Backup Day. All of those things happening. And I have a guest today. David Barron has a book called American Eclipse. We're going to talk about the eclipse that's coming your way real soon, and we'll chat about his book as well in a bit.
Give yourself a little credit.
I've been telling you about BetterCreditCards.com for a few years now. I'd love for you to take a few minutes today to check out the website. Who knows? You might find a better credit card, one that offers a better rate, or a credit card that offers cash back, airline miles, or other points and perks that can help you. Check it out now.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. According to a German study, people who kiss their spouse goodbye in the morning not only miss work less due to illness, they also experience fewer auto accidents on the way to work.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Yeah, they also earn 20 to 30% more, and they live approximately
Really?
5 years longer
Well, I
than
love
people
that one.
who do not kiss their spouse in the morning. I don't kiss you every morning, but I try to give you kisses. Every once in a while, I come over and give you a kiss.
You usually do.
I give you a kiss, and then you push me away. You're like, leave me alone.
That's not true.
She doesn't really do that. Every once in a while, I go over to give her a kiss, and my dog will growl at me. That is true.
She does.
Our dog is so weird. She's like so territorial. And she doesn't like it when I get too close to Heidi to give her kisses. I'm like, what is going on? But then she doesn't like it if the other dogs get too close to me. So I don't know if she's jealous of me or you. I'm not sure. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Insurance. It's important to have insurance, but it's more important to have the right insurance. After all, if you're not covered, it's like not even having insurance. Make sure you're covered for whatever claim might come your way with InsuranceChicken.com, helping you peck out great insurance deals in your area. You need insurance on your car anyway. Why not get great rates for great insurance from InsuranceChicken.com? That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know that researchers in South Korea have uncovered a surprising connection between a woman's hair length and her love life?
Okay.
Hair-raising study published in the Academic
Wow.
Journal of Evolutionary Psychology determined that women with long hair are seen as more attractive to men, and perhaps logically they have a little more active sex life. Okay. The conclusion of the study, 204 married heterosexual couples, researchers said their findings indicate that women's hair length may indeed work to convey an evolutionary message to the opposite sex. No correlation was found, by the way, between the length of a man's hair and his sex life. So, what do you think? You think there's any truth to that?
I really don't know.
It seems kind of odd to me. But I will say, when we first met, you had long hair. Then we got married, and then you cut your hair shorter. So maybe there is something to this. Just saying. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Rebel Wilson is naming names. She's got some people that are trying to block her upcoming memoir. One is Sacha Baron Cohen, the guy that was Borat.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's got kind of some racy language here about what he's trying to do to stop her. They were together in a movie in 2016, and apparently he was not nice to her. But he's coming out saying, what she's saying I didn't do. So I don't know how you know what she's saying you did unless you did it. I don't know. It's just weird. And the Joker and Harley Quinn are set to serenade audiences in Joker. Folie à Deux. But how many original songs will be included in the film is still a mystery. So there's apparently working on something here, and I don't know that they really have the answer yet. Here's one that I think is going to be kind of fun. A sequel to Adam Sandler's comedy Happy Gilmore.
I'm excited. I'm kind of excited
Yeah.
about that. I hope it's done well.
The original came out in 1996. In a recent interview, Adam Sandler was saying, "Oh yeah, we're working on this. You're gonna love it." So they got a first draft and they're working on the details. But it's
I
gonna
hope
be,
they do it right
Yeah, me
because
too.
that's a big one.
It is. Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com.
What could you do with an extra $129 a month? In this economy, every penny counts. So an extra $129 each month would absolutely help. Well, 97% of us have a cell phone, and the average person pays $144 a month. Mint Mobile can help you save a mint. At just $15 a month, that's an average savings of $129 each month. It's time for a Mintervention. Switch and save today. Get this special offer at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Twitter, now referred to as X.com, turned 18 years old last week.
Okay.
That just doesn't seem right, does it? Nearly a third of Americans use Twitter, now X.
I do not.
I
still
have
don't. Never
a Twitter account or an X account. I don't know. Do you still call it Twitter? I have an account, but I'm not on there a whole lot. So, NASA says testing revealed Mars once contained the elements to support life. So, thank you, NASA. Does it surprise you, or are you?
Okay.
Heidi doesn't seem to care. What musical artist is your absolute favorite to crank up when you're behind the wheel? Is there any particular song you're like, oh, when I'm driving,
Oh my
I gotta.
gosh, there's so many.
Well,
I gotta go with Poison though.
Okay, because new research has found that listening to some bands, artists like them, make you a better driver. According to a study by Auto Trader, they tested drivers' hazard perception. While the music of 20 popular artists was played, higher scores meant the participant identified and reacted to hazards faster while listening to the artist. So listeners who were listening to Drake scored 59.5 out of 75. Ariana Grande and Eminem fans tied for second place at 58.5. Billie Eilish listeners came in third with a score of 57. The rest of the top 10, BTS listeners and The Weeknd listeners tied at 56.5. Beyoncé, 55.5. Foo Fighters, 55. Harry Styles, 54.5. The 1975, 54. And Megan Thee Stallion scored just 37.5, below a passing test of 44. So, yeah.
Where's Poison on that list?
It's not on the list. You know who I would put on there? Journey. Don't stop believing. I think I've gotten 3 speeding tickets while listening to that song. All right. BetterCreditCards.com brings you the scoop of the day. Thanks for listening on a weekend edition.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-310-5831. 800-310-5831. That's 800-310-5831.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend. Our guest, David Barron, has literally written the book on eclipses. We've got a book called American Eclipse. It's been out for a bit. He's an author and an eclipse chaser, and you've been interested in eclipses for quite some time.
Oh, I've been chasing eclipses for 30 years. I've seen 8 total solar eclipses on 5 continents, and a total solar eclipse is a rare and dazzling thing, and we've got one coming to the United States April 8th.
Now you've got a book, American Eclipse, a nation's epic race to catch the shadow of the moon and win the glory of the world. Let's talk a little bit about this book and what made you decide to write this.
Sure. So I was inspired to write the book because of my eclipse chasing and the fact that I think everyone at some point in their life really should make a point to see a total solar eclipse. But the book itself is about a total eclipse from long ago, from the 19th century. In 1878, a total solar eclipse crossed America's Wild West. And this was a time when total eclipses were very important for science. They were opportunities for scientists to unravel the mysteries of the sun and the solar system. And whenever a total solar eclipse was forecast, they would put together these grand expeditions to wherever the eclipse would happen, India or North Africa or the Arctic. to conduct their experiments during an event that would last literally only 3 or 4 minutes. And in 1878, this total eclipse was coming to the Wild West, and many of the era's great scientists went out there for it, including Thomas Edison, a young Thomas Edison who was in Wyoming for this eclipse, and an all-female expedition from Vassar College that went to Denver in 1878, both to conduct scientific experiments, but also to show that women should be taken seriously in the sciences.
Now, that eclipse is from the far past, but the next eclipse is in our very near future, April 8th, and I'm reading that we're not going to see another one like this for like 20 years. Is that right?
That's correct. Now, again, I want to emphasize there's a difference between a partial solar eclipse and a total solar eclipse. So a solar eclipse occurs during the daytime when the moon passes directly between us and the sun. And during a partial eclipse, the moon blocks part of the sun, turning the sun into kind of a crescent in the sky. And that is never safe to look at with the naked eye. To observe a partial eclipse, you have to protect your vision. The easiest way is with what are called eclipse glasses. They cost all of $1 or $2. I would go out and get them now. They just have cardboard frames and these shiny mylar lenses that make it so you can't see anything through them except the sun. But a total solar eclipse is much rarer. A total solar eclipse only occurs along a narrow band where the moon completely blocks the face of the sun. And so the total eclipse on April 8th, it will be visible as a partial eclipse across all of the 48 contiguous United States. But to see it as a total solar eclipse, you have to be along a 100-mile wide path that goes from Texas to Maine. And in that path, the skies are clear. The moment when the moon completely blocks the face of the sun, for all of like 4.5 minutes, you can actually look with the naked eye at the center of the solar system. You'll see the sun and the planets together, and it's like you've been transported to another world. It's just the most glorious sight in the heavens. And so I'm encouraging everyone who possibly can on Monday, April 8th, I know it sounds crazy, to go to the path of totality, as it's called. I'm going to Texas. I live in Colorado. There are people coming from all over the world for this event to go in that path, and there will not be another total solar eclipse in the 48 contiguous U.S. states until 2044.
So this is a pretty special thing. So if people have the ability to get in the path and see it, it would probably be worth seeing.
No question. And so the path of the eclipse goes over some major cities: Dallas and Fort Worth, Indianapolis, Cleveland, Buffalo and Rochester, New York, up over Burlington, Vermont, over part of Montreal in Canada. There are places where, like San Antonio, part of San Antonio is in the path where it's total, and part is outside. Now, the people outside will see a 99-point-something% partial eclipse, but that is a fundamentally different experience from what I described as a total eclipse. So certainly anyone who lives near this path should make it a priority to go the 10 miles, 20 miles, 100 miles, get in that path, because it really is something you want to experience.
It is very exciting. David, thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate it, sir.
Thank you, John. Nice talking to you.
Absolutely. Again, the book is called American Eclipse. I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Give yourself a little credit.
I've been telling you about BetterCreditCards.com for a few years now. I'd love for you to take a few minutes today to check out the website. Who knows? You might find a better credit card, one that offers a better rate, or a credit card that offers cash back, airline miles, or other points and perks that can help you. Check it out now.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to BetterCreditCards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The U.S. Navy uses Xbox controllers for their periscopes now. How cool is that? I mean, to me, that's brilliant because, well, unless, of course, you're spending like $75,000 for each one of them. But if they can just buy one, from like a store and they get for the regular price and they can use that to control the periscope, I think that's genius. So, like I said, I don't know how much you're paying for them. Hopefully, just retail price. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
About 7,000 new insect species are discovered every year.
Oh, that's
there's a lot of new insects out there that we didn't know about. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The first baseball caps were made out of straw. That's kind of cool.
Okay.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Those in the cheese industry refer to the gray mold that grows on cheese as cat fur.
Ew.
All right. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
There are 10 towns in the United States named Hollywood. Yeah.
We've said that one
I
before.
think we have. Several
Yeah.
fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Insurance. It's important to have insurance, but it's more important to have the right insurance. After all, if you're not covered, it's like not even having insurance. Make sure you're covered for whatever claim might come your way with InsuranceChicken.com, helping you peck out great insurance deals in your area. You need insurance on your car anyway. Why not get great rates for great insurance from InsuranceChicken.com? That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. In a survey, 21% said they named their car after this. They named their car after this. Who would it be?
I have no
A
idea.
favorite movie
favorite-
character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they named their car after a favorite movie character. I don't think
I thought you wanted like a name, like
No.
a specific.
No. I don't think we've named our cars recently, have we?
It's been a while.
We should probably get to it. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
What could you do with an extra $129 a month? In this economy, every penny counts. So an extra $129 each month would absolutely help. Well, 97% of us have a cell phone, and the average person pays $144 a month. Mint Mobile can help you save a mint. At just $15 a month, that's an average savings of $129 each month. It's time for a Mintervention. Switch and save today. Get this special offer at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. We already know that Taylor Swift's fan base, also known as Swifties, display interesting levels of devotion. They can border on obsession, actually. New research, though, has found that the Swifties really are a force of nature. And I say that because scientists from the Seismology Society of America and Caltech report that it was dancing and jumping motions from the audience of the SoFi Stadium during August Taylor Swift concert that produced a distinct harmonic tremor during the show. They literally created an earthquake.
Holy cow.
Previously, researchers speculated that seismic activity may have originated from reverberations of sound systems, but the study concluded that this was the actual crowd movement that was responsible. Songs varied significantly in terms of seismic activity, but Shake It Off recorded the strongest tremor, equivalent to a magnitude 2 earthquake.
Holy cow.
So, yeah.
Well, that's
There you go.
dangerous, isn't
That
it?
is. I'm thinking they should ban Taylor Swift. I'm just kidding.
I'd be on board with
I don't want anybody. All right. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Here's a little something to keep your back pocket as you're getting out there tackling the always onerous job of spring cleaning. Decluttering around your home could save your mental health. Experts say that there are many issues in the world and our lives we cannot do anything about. But the act of cleaning clutter is something that you can fix, and it'll give you a positive sense of control. 100% prevention. 100% preventable drain on your well-being. Here are some negative impacts of clutter in your space and benefits of decluttering. Mood boosts. Having a bunch of clutter will put you in a bad mood. Decluttering will make you happy. I can agree with that.
100%.
It will also improve your physical health, escalate the ability to focus, increase productivity. It will help relieve anxiety. It will help you improve your sleep, your quality of sleep, and decluttering will help improve relationships. I have all of this stuff in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-310-5831. 800-310-5831. That's 800-310-5831.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Our quote today is from Dave Barry, who says, "Not all chemicals are bad. Without hydrogen and oxygen, for example, there'd be no way to make water, a vital ingredient in beer.
I like that one.
Barry. That's good. Very nice quote of the day from Dave Barry. Comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. Here's a headline. UGA students save a mother and children from a car crash in a creek.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Group of students from University of Georgia being hailed as heroes, Heidi. Heroes.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to just say the first names on here. Jane, Mary, Eleanor, Clark, and Caitlin. They were on a routine drive when they witnessed a white SUV veer off the road and roll into a creek. Can you even imagine seeing that happen?
That would be terrifying.
Well, without a moment's hesitation, these extraordinary individuals sprang into action, turning their vehicle around and rushing to the crash site. The submerged car was going underwater. That's what submerged means. They said, we see a vehicle submerged in the middle of the creek, and it was just sinking by the second.
Oh.
And that is when they're like, okay, we've got to do something. McCullum recounted the tense moments as she and her friends stood atop a sinking vehicle, battling against the weight of the water because they were trying to open the doors, but the water pressure was stopping that.
Oh, my gosh.
They were able to get the family out, and this vehicle is, you can see in a photo here, is like submerged in the water. Eventually, this person, they pulled the youngest child out, but they had to resuscitate the child. Eventually, he came to and started crying and breathing. They said it was a really surreal experience. The selfless action of these 5 young ladies did not go unnoticed. The local sheriff's office went on social media to express gratitude and admiration, recognizing the students' quick thinking and bravery. So without them being there, without them doing something, there clearly would have been some major problems. But I think this is really, really cool because it's one thing to be there. Yeah. And think about how many people in their generation would have pulled out their phones and recorded this.
Oh,
and you would have just
How
seen.
sad is that, too?
You would have just, because I see it all the time where there's something happening and somebody's recording it on a phone calmly. Well, these ladies, instead of recording it on their phone calmly, they jumped in and helped and they saved the day. And they're absolutely, positively, 100% heroes.
Absolutely.
Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend.